Europe?
That's no. Yes.
No.
Actually, I'm gonna look up Gremlins playlist.
All right, Kevin, can you?
What you should look up is like Freddy, Freaker, and Gremlins and see if there's like. I'm saying you could go to like Rule 42 Gremlins Freddy Freaker.
We were looking up Gremlins earlier in Rule 34.
You were looking up Gremlins early on Rule 34.
We as a collective were looking up Gremlins.
No,
Rule
we were
34.
fucking
Did you
not.
leave the room, DJ?
I was not
Did you
in
look
on
at the
it.
laptop?
Oh, there's some great shit on there, dude.
He pulled up 3 pictures, and I was like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done with all of this.
Oh, they're great though. There's a picture of a gremlin.
I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York, yes, sir.
Oh God.
Hold on, I'll hold it up to the
I'm
camera.
gonna have to burn this Google Hangout.
You're gonna have to-
Where's the camera?
it's got to be clean.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, you want to take the intro on this one? You want to bring it in?
Gremlins stole from Freddy Freaker, the very popular toy in the 80s. You might know the jingle from it. Tyler, take it away.
Well, first off, Kevin, as a Freddy Freaker expert myself, I've corrected you many a time that he was not, in fact, a toy. There's only one Freddy Freaker.
I love this History Channel documentary.
The one and only. This is the Freddy Freaker podcast.
It's the freaking podcast.
Yeah. It's the Freddy Freaker podcast.
It's the Freakcast. The Freakcast.
Get your freak
Give it a
on.
listen.
And then all we do is just play songs that have freak in it.
She's a super freak. Super freak. Freakcast.
Super freak. 1876.
1-900-490 freak. What's up, everybody? We're talking about Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
We
song.
we literally just watched Gremlins 2, and I forgot how much we really, really enjoy that movie.
I never forget how much it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Well, it's actually just a backstory, Kevin. I think you've heard this quite enough, but Gremlins 2 is a great big contention between Tyler and I for years at this point. That's only been resolved semi-recently.
Yes.
I'll just say I made a slight mistake. I wasn't wrong, I'd say. But
You're
like
a little wrong, especially you
I don't-
realize how hard you went on me for this shit for how long. You got some fuzz in your hair too, by the way.
Good. All right. So, Kevin, I don't know if you heard about this. In the beginning of Gremlins 2, there's a Looney Tunes bit.
Let's just go scene by scene.
Oh no, I know. I remember. Okay, just go ahead. I
Okay.
know because I was there when we watched it and confirmed it. But continue.
I just, as a person that really loves the Looney Tunes and is a real die-hard fan of the Looney Tunes, unlike Tyler is,
Apparently not that.
there's a lot of people don't know this. There's a difference of animation style in the 80s. They switched over to Chuck Jones, where the original animators died, I think. So the animation looks slightly different for a while. So like instead of like having like the really narrow, straight face that Bugs had, he had a little more wider of a face, more little extended ass cheeks and stuff like that.
Sure.
And it was cute. But like in the beginning of Gremlins 2, there's a bit of a animation faux pas, at least I thought at the time, where it looks as if the first time we see Bugs, he is one style of animation, and the next he looks
to
like
you,
he's
don't say we. 'Cause
we
it's just you.
as a group. If I'm
It is
gonna be
just
lumped
you.
into the Rule 34 shit of the Gremlin search, we're both gonna be lumped into the Looney Tunes.
Fair
so,
enough.
so
I don't know. That's way different.
No.
One's looking at images. One is a thought.
I'm a thought, so I mean that's all I can say.
Oh wait,
But-
he's talking
yeah,
about
you are.
But yeah, all this is to say I was slightly wrong in the difference of animation style. And that's all I gotta say
It
about
looks
it.
the same, and I remember we
Looks
showed it to a
different.
group of people, a group of your friends, mind you.
Whatever, a bunch of traitors.
And none of them noticed a damn thing.
One of
I've
them
showed it to
noticed.
several people. I showed it to Kevin. Kevin didn't notice anything. I didn't say anything. We watched it, and I was like, correct
I
me
was
if
like,
I'm wrong,
is
Kevin.
anything wrong right here? And I was like, what? It's
Yeah.
just Bugs Bunny. And you're just like, there's two. Come on, look at all the changes, and it's like there's no changes.
Yeah.
It's just It's just the same animation.
And here's
bad. They probably did it very fast, but
here's how certain it
the
is
same.
that he was wrong. That he didn't hesitate to be like, oh, I was wrong, and I was wrong so hard. He was wrong so hard that just right away he was like, okay, you know what?
Because in my brain, it to my credit, it is slightly different. But in my brain, it evolved in such an animation style that it was completely nowhere even close to what it was. Because I wanted you to be wrong so bad that in my memory, I made it look completely different. So I was vindicated.
How much is obvious, for like the past year or maybe 2 years?
About 2 years.
You've taken every chance. Whenever we could be talking about like Freddy versus Jason or something, and be like, I noticed this thing in Freddy versus Jason that was cool, and be like, oh, you noticed that? You didn't notice the fucking Bugs Bunny thing in Gremlins 2, did you son of a bitch? You would bring up every chance you got. And now look at you. You're Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're
inadequate
you're
movie.
Fallen.
Oh.
You've fallen.
Hush. But that's us reconciling our friendship over this thing. But let's
beef is squashed.
But after all of this, the more
that's
important
the first 30
aspect-
seconds of the film of DJ being wrong.
Yes.
So and then
My
we
favorite
continue
part.
onward.
Gremlins 2 is really fun. I like it a lot. It's a
it's-
cartoon.
It is.
Sorry, talk about the cartoon because it is a cartoon.
This movie's got every gremlin
What?
you can think of. We got
Every grim.
We got brain gremlin. We got vegetable gremlin. We've got
Lady Gremlin.
lady gremlin. We've got
the cross-eyed gremlin to just look dumb as fuck.
goofy as
That
fuck
one.
gremlin.
Let's take a pause and look at him. I remember him being in this movie, but I forgot how much he makes me fucking laugh.
He's funny. Yeah.
The first time you see him just out and about, he's just sitting on a fucking tower, like a miniature tower.
And he's like,
the baby case is just comes
just
in.
making noises, just sitting down.
playing
just
with planes.
going- He was tweaking. He was a tweak.
Before she even comes in, he's just having a great time. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And okay, let's just start off he turned into a gremlin just by biting, just not even taking a chunk, just bit someone's nose.
Yeah.
Didn't take a chunk out, just bit it, and that caused him
I don't
to
think
turn
that's
a gremlin.
what
talk
caused
about
it
that.
necessarily.
What caused
I
it?
feel like we never even see him in a cocoon or anything. I
But
always
they made a whole thing is oh he just had a snack. They made a big thing that oh no, it's
That
so
was a
sensitive
joke.
for them to become a gremlin that they just take a one little not even a chunk, just teeth in, and it's past midnight. You're a gremlin.
I have to disagree with you there, Kevin. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's what
I like this
caused
turning
it.
into a moderated debate about Gremlins.
In the Gremlins lore, you'll see.
If you
Tyler, the floor is yours.
so reciting back to Plato.
We're sorry. As it is all
This is
known.
what Plato said about Gremlins shortly after his allegory
The
of the
cross-eyed,
cave.
dumb as fuck looking.
He said, "Gremlins. There's a dumb gremlin."
He looked
with
at that
goofy
security guard. He
eyes.
said, "You look like a snack," and took a little nibble.
He took a bite of his
Turned to a
nose. He
gremlin.
run away.
That's actually a
Not a
really
bite.
not
He
as
was a
well
nibble.
known line in the movie where the gremlin looks at him and says, "Damn, you looking like a snack."
Damn, he's thick as fuck," said the gremlin.
That's what the cross-eyed means. That's what the cross-eyed means. It goes it's like
Oh.
when someone walks by and your eyes go cross-eyed. Go ooh.
Ooh.
See, I use a
Ooh.
gif of
That's
him
security guard.
with his googly eyes, and I say, "Me when I see that ass."
Ooga ooga. I mean, yeah, man.
Dude, I would love to be a gremlin. I'm just gonna say.
I'd love to
I
be a
feel like
gremlin.
I'd be a
Which
great gremlin.
Which gremlin would you be?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Which one?
Oh,
Or would you make your own?
I'd be my own gremlin. I've
What
always
would your
wanted
be
to
a thing? What would be
Well,
your
then
thing?
what? Yeah.
Shoot. I
You
don't
wear a
know.
hat.
I'll be a hat gremlin.
I'm a gremlin. Where's the hat?
Wear a little hat.
I'll be iconic graphic designer gremlin.
Wow, that gremlin's really good at making these bits really
he makes
look
a
nice.
Great logo.
Little gremlin at a computer.
And the gremlin goes, you walk past the gremlin and goes how about them bears?
Bears.
I like
How about the
I'll
bears?
be a hockey gremlin. There you go.
before we started this podcast, we were talking about different gremlin ideas, and I really like the idea of a gremlin they could have a third wall break like they did in this one, where it's just they cut in the middle of the movie where it's just guys, we don't have the budget, and then they turn around the chair and it's an editor gremlin, and he's on a little computer. It's
Yeah.
"God, we don't got it in the budget this time. delete.
It's the brain gremlin that's the head producer, the executive producer.
Well, we're just going to have to get this on the way.
We're
then."
just gonna have to get the funding and cut budgets to other movies.
Thank God he's
You
here.
see some other high budget movies and
Yeah.
they just get props taken away. It's
Yeah.
sorry, we need the money for Gremlins 3.
Batman
It's
versus Superman 2. Sorry,
yeah,
cancel.
That would be. Oh, that'd be. We were talking about ideas for Gremlins 3, but like the best thing about Gremlins 2 is that they just say fuck it to any logic or seriousness, so it just opens the doors for anything to happen. It's so great. You can do anything.
No, it could be Gremlins 3. Okay, it's 30 years. It's the human hybrid gremlin.
Weird how something came
And
up.
he's an accountant, but he has to wait. He grows his hair out long to cover up his ears.
And his name is Kevin. He's the only gremlin with a name.
Oh no! You found out. It's me. That's my gremlin.
Gotcha, Gavin. I almost called him Grab.
Gotcha, Gravin.
Gravin.
That's my gremlin name, Gravin. The name. That's.
It's a little grab. Also, I like the idea of a gremlin having a name.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the gremlins don't have names.
And like,
This is Keith the
trust me,
gremlin.
growing up, going to school was kind of weird. Dad would be like, "I gotta go to work. I'm a busy man. That's all I do is work. I could do security, work." And Mom would be like, "Keys. Bye, honey.
We were
Give me your keys."
we were also discussing. We've decided that we're gonna get. This is our goal in life is to get the rights to Gremlins to make Gremlins 3. And this, I realized before I was like, we can't say these ideas on the podcast because they're going to give them away.
Yeah.
But now I'm realizing this is exact proof that these are our ideas and that no one can get it.
Date it.
So
What we do is like we take the podcast, put it on a disc, email. No, we put it.
Put it on a disc, email it
and
to
don't
someone.
open it by law.
We put it on a cassette tape.
Convert that. Put it into
Mail
iTunes.
It. Yeah. Put it back on another cassette, but record it just by putting a thing up to the speakers.
And then download that.
So when we go to court, we
we
listen to it and we're like, hold on. Take it out, flip, put it back in.
You hear like
Wait, there's
beginning
like a
audio
10-second
like,
delay.
is the tape? Is it gone?
Is it gone? Wait,
All right, here it
all right, it's
goes.
good.
I think my favorite idea that we came up with though is that we would obviously have to step up the ranks of like how many different kinds of gremlins in the third movie.
Hundreds.
But one gremlin, it wouldn't be a gremlin. It'd be a guy in like a gremlin costume.
Yeah.
It's just like,
but he rolls
all
with
of it,
them.
like his human face sticks out, but the rest of his body is like a gremlin, like one-piece pajama thing.
Yeah.
But he just hangs out with the gremlins, and they all accept it.
They're like, yeah,
we
he's
should
fine.
get the actor who plays the camera guy to do that.
Oh,
He's like
yeah,
so
yeah. He
interested.
just got roped into another
He becomes
scheme.
a gremlin because he's like, these people started my career. I want to be like them. And he just hangs out.
I guess I'm a gremlin now.
I guess I'm a gremlin. We also discussed the idea of having all puppets except for one gremlin that's CGI,
And he's
then
like
we never talk
T-posing.
about it.
I like the idea of him just like T-posing the
It's
whole
like the
movie.
Gmod one. The Gmod gremlin.
And he picks up glasses, but it's like T-pose, so he like turns like a little bit and then
Yeah.
like throws it at the wall.
It's no. It's like first it's like a gremlin, and then he's like actually looks like a legit gremlin, like CGI gremlin, like textures everything. You look at it for 10 seconds, and then it goes. It's like that's all the budget they had.
Like they
You see
broke,
it
like
happening on the screen.
the character model broke, but they never fixed it in the render.
Fixed it.
It's like, oh well, I mean, it's coming out tomorrow, so fuck it, export it.
Well. I love it. I love both those ideas
Yeah,
so much.
we're gonna make it.
Should we like go? So should we like go scene by scene from like beginning to end of this movie, or should? Or
Let's just do
what?
highlights. Let's
Okay.
just go What are? Let's do
Wait,
one by
I
one.
just came up with another group of gremlins we could have. Like
Yeah.
19,
What's some
like
other
ni-
gremlins? Let's name
Like
off a few.
1950s greaser gremlins that like instead of a mohawk,
These
it's
nuts.
a slick back, and he's like, and they all like attack you, but then after they attack you, and they go. They snap their fingers.
Oh shit! Here he goes.
Oh no.
I like the idea of a D's nuts gremlin that keeps D's nutsing people.
We were saying we want to see a gremlin like dab in the next one.
Yeah, because they got the perfect arms to dab. They're so long. Dab. They all do it at once, like in the party
I can
scene.
hear that now.
They hit the Quan super hard. They just whip and nay all the time.
Super outdated shit.
It's like, wow, that was old when they wrote it.
I love it.
Okay, no. So the plot line could be like the Gremlins for Gremlins 3. It's like a cult because cults are in like these
Yeah.
past few years. Like
They're all
so
in.
I feel like if you make them into a cult and the cult leader,
Mm-hmm.
Freddy Feaker.
Freddy Freak Boy.
They're God, the original gremlin.
1-900-490 freak. What's happening? What's scamming?
Well, that's how the
And
Mogwais
they're like,
existed.
we're hitting Master. Master goes, I am ready to teach you some lessons from the.
Yeah.
That's how he talks.
I welcome the comeback of Freddy Freaker in any context.
He's back in a big way.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let's go one by one and talk about our favorite
when
scenes.
you post
I
this
should've
video,
worn my Freddy
when you
Freaker
post this, you
t-shirt
have to
today.
put in a link for that video. You have to put in a link for Freddy Freaker.
All
Yes,
right.
please.
All
We'll link
right.
it all to you folks.
You have
Freddy
to.
Freaker.
Everyone needs to know.
They
If we're
got
not,
to know.
if we're
The
not
cult.
gonna put up a visual for it on YouTube, just put up a looping GIF of Freddy Freaker dancing with a little gremlin just like copied and
Guys, I
pasted
want to get
on
so
top of
many
it.
views.
Fucking fools making me do
Yeah,
God's
but
work.
it's just the GIF, and then there's like a picture of like a gremlin on there. It's not even like photoshopped or anything. It's just a square picture, like to the.
So you
off
can't
to
even
the
No,
see
what you
side.
should
Freddy
do-
Freaker.
Oh,
Okay.
you can see it off to the
What you should
side.
do-
You can see both.
You get the one image of Freddy Freaker to like the left side, and then you graphic art the gremlin on it, so they both look like they're dancing next to each other.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Work your magic.
All right. I mean, I was given these powers for a reason, so I guess it's gotta happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie opens up to
Scene by scene.
kind of I don't know if they're trying to acquire the building or they're actually trying to acquire the creature.
No, it's the building, cause like the whole thing.
That's what I thought.
Is Clamp is like trying to buy up all the land in that specific part of town for his new construction project or whatever. So he's trying to buy up all the land, but the shop owner doesn't want to sell to him. So that's the last shop they go to. And then I feel like I remember there's like a line where the guy it basically, like, I'm paraphrasing heavily, but he's basically like, guess we'll just wait for the old fuck to die, and then
And they did.
and then he did.
I want to know how long, and also I feel bad for Mogwai because
His name's
he's trapped in a
Gizmo.
cage.
Well, he is what he is, isn't he? He's just a fucking mogwai. Just
You
like the
kept
rest of
calling
them.
him a gremlin.
Well,
earlier.
because
He's not
they're
a gremlin.
gremlins.
No,
they
those
turn
are
into
gremlins.
Oh, good. Yeah, point at the screen that no one else can see in the
I'll
podcast.
point all over this damn podcast.
Listen,
Mogwai is that Furby-looking motherfucker.
It's true.
it's true.
Common misconception.
When I was a child, I just didn't think of any difference between a gremlin and a mogwai. They were one and the same in my mind.
But you'll get on me about the fucking Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
I know the Bugs Bunny. Oh, look
The
at this.
hypocrisy.
This one changes.
I love hip
Thank you,
hop.
Kevin.
I got your back. I got your back.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
Ty, you want to go first about your
Yeah,
favorite
yeah,
scenes
yeah,
in this
yeah.
movie?
Okay. Favorite scenes in this movie. I guess I'll just riddle off a couple of my favorite little
Yeah,
bits.
just riddle 'em off.
Because there's just a certain point where it's just a chain of bits involving gremlins,
Yeah.
like interwoven with some like plot progression.
The story just
Uh,
kind of takes a backseat for a while.
Yeah, it just goes full cartoon mode, and I love it
Yeah.
the most. It's a lot of fun. Like, one of my favorite points that I was pointing out to you
Mm.
is there a scene where Phoebe Cates is in the elevator and the gremlins are fucking with it, right? And it's like goes up and it goes down and stuff, and then she yells like, "Elevator stop!" And the elevator stops and the gremlins go quiet, and then she goes, "Sound alarm!" And then you just hear all the gremlins going like, and the one's going like,
Because we were talking about that before. It's like the gremlins' level of intelligence is like weirdly high,
Yeah.
but only in the sense of making mischief.
Yeah, that's what they're meant to do. Like they know that throwing pots and pans into a microwave will cause it to explode, even though they were born like hours ago.
Yeah.
They were spawned from Gizmo.
Literally
hours ago.
hours old.
Yeah. They know in the first movie they know how to like do wires on streetlights to make all the lights green so cars crash into each other. They know how to fuck with
Yes.
Mrs. Deagle's like chair and make her
I love
fly out
that.
the window.
That's my favorite part.
It could be they know it, or they could be they just fuck with shit and see what happens, and it just always works out. But I like to think that they're just born with the knowledge of
Yeah.
how to do mischief.
They just are.
You know what? Maybe they're just like this all-powerful like type of like one-minded beings, but their beings are so nihilistic that they just don't care about anything.
Maybe.
So everything's literally just a joke.
Maybe they're
Life's just a
advanced-
joke to
yeah,
them.
They die for
Even
the bit.
death is a joke to them.
They are
Yeah.
committed to the bit. That's a very good. That's a
literal
good little
death.
theory there.
I'm gonna call this video "Gremlin Theories."
Gremlin theories. Oh, there was a perfect moment in the movie.
Oh,
We were watching the Gremlins all partying in the main lobby of the hotel.
Uh-huh.
Which is also one of my favorite scenes. The brain one goes New York, and all that. But there's a great scene. Me and DJ were just talking.
You're gonna call me a gremlin too? Me and Gremlin over here are
Slip of the
loving
tongue.
it. Slip of the mind.
but like they're all having fun. We were talking like, I want to be there. I just want to have fun
Yeah.
with these gremlins, and like
They don't
I
mean no
want
harm.
to be a gremlin in the
Yeah.
party, even though they attack people.
That's
They
fine.
attack everyone but the vampire guy.
They respect him.
I love that so much. They attack everyone in the building but the vampire guy, and I just like the idea of them looking at him and they're like, "Oh, that's silly."
Yeah.
I love it. I love
They
you.
just love silly things.
Yeah.
And like people keep
like,
getting in the
was
way.
Like, I like you. You get because no, he dressed up.
Yeah,
That's the
he-
thing.
yeah,
No,
he's the
no one
only
else
one
dressed
dressed
up. It's like, oh, he's got it.
yeah.
He's got the
That's
bright in
funny.
mind.
I
Yeah.
like it. They do an interview with him and everything.
Yeah, like the idea of like gremlins respecting
They
certain
put
individuals.
makeup on him and everything.
Yeah. It's great.
I love this part. Just like he's sitting there and his grim's just like, eh. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
we were talking
don't know what he's doing. The makeup just like plot.
Yeah, you see an
Thank
arm like
you.
sneak up behind him and pat his cheek with like foundation or something.
He's
Do you know what I want? I want to because I know they like somewhere has
But
it.
yeah,
where you just get
anyway,
the
we were
gremlin
talking
glove.
about how fun it was, and DJ was like starting to talk about like, you know what, the gremlins like aren't bad or anything. They just like the party, and there's like a scene of like gremlins in a conga line, and the camera pans across, and it slowly goes from the gremlins
Yeah.
in the conga line against the wall to like slowly showing the gremlins with like boxes of explosives and like guns, and one is like a rocket launcher, and then you see like little schematics for them like blowing up the Statue of Liberty, and it's like, oh no, they're not. They're
Oh
not.
yeah, I'm wrong.
They
I'm wrong.
have-
They're bad. They're legit. They want harm
They
for
have
others.
ill intent.
they have such ill intent. It's bad.
What happens here?
The rest of the movie.
And we're back.
There
Hey,
we
gremlins! We got a little gremlin in the computer right now.
Gremlin was
Good,
goofing
good thing
with
I
the computer.
good thing I didn't stop recording.
Oh, are you back on?
Yeah, I like my recording hasn't stopped. It's just like something happened with like Google Hangout.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. We're
okay.
still going too, so it'll still be synced.
Good. All I did, I was just like, is this the work of the gremlins?
Yeah.
Is this how it starts?
Definitely
Am I part of it now?
is. The gremlins just show up behind you like.
We said it 5 times in a mirror and they show up.
You say it 5 times.
But yeah.
Back in
Anyways,
it.
we were saying the whole scene is with the gremlins are in a conga line, and DJ is like, "Oh, they're not so bad. They just want to have fun. They want to party."
Yeah.
And it slowly pans across, and it reveals like a shots of like the gremlins with like boxes of explosives, and then like boxes of like weapons, and one's got a rocket launcher, and then like it shows schematics of the Statue of Liberty with like little X's and parts, like so they could blow it up. It's
Yeah.
it's implied.
It's like, oh, these are bad.
Yeah. Oh no, they're not. They're malintentioned
Yeah.
for sure.
Because a lot of the time,
Maybe
it's
it's
just
like this-
they're just trying to do the
Gremlins
thing.
are a symbol of like communism, and they're attacking the capitalistic building. So they were trying to knock down everything. Oh,
It really is. It's very indicative
Oh
of
my
the French Revolution of 1682, where the revolution. You know, was it Les Mis? That's what happened, right?
Do you hear the gremlins sing?
Song of anger.
Do you hear the people sing?
Just gremlins getting beheaded in the streets. They're like, yes, yes, yes.
I gotta say though, that gave me like visuals of like the gremlins just changing the face of the Statue of Liberty to a gremlin.
Yeah.
And then that also just made me think of like that scene in Mars Attacks where they change all the Mount Rushmore heads to those aliens, but I want the
Yeah.
gremlins to make them like all gremlins heads.
I want there to be more talking gremlins is the thing.
Yeah.
I want there to be like an architecture gremlin where he's got like a hard hat and he's like actually picking
Yeah.
at like the statues like, oh god, boys, this is gonna be another 3 weeks or so. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make
He
it.
takes his hat off. Is like, I gotta go home to the wife, and she's like,
But yes, Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
This movie is a movie based around. So Tyler put it very well. They don't care that much about the story, about keeping like the consistency with that, but they're more concerned about like keeping like consistency with bits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the idea with the door has a 3-act structure, like a 3-act structure, and I love
Front
it.
door.
Yeah, because it starts off and it's like going crazy, and next time we see it, it's like a repair guy's like, I don't know what's wrong with this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then in the last scene where they're like storming the door, they try for
Yeah.
the door, but it doesn't work. They're like, all right, let's go around the other way.
Yeah, they go to the other door. Yeah.
what if Gremlins 2 was just an arc about just taking care of maintenance work at the office?
It's not
I
the
mean,
working class.
That's all Gremlins 2 is about.
In the first part, he gets fired for
Not
smoking
entirely
a
wrong.
cigarette.
It is a very whole thing about the corporate bad guys being bad to the workers because there's like a part
But
where
they win though.
Huh?
Maybe that's the thing. It's like that's the thing. It's like if you have capitalism fested in your area, heavily fested, it would always win.
That's not
Yeah.
too far off from the whole like thing at the end of the movie where Mr. Clamp is like, this isn't a building for people. This is a building for things. And when you make a building for things come.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we need a place
And then you know
for
what? He saw
people.
Mogwai and go sell. He saw Mogwai. He goes sell.
Yeah, he's Mr. Clamp is great. We talked
Yeah.
about it a lot in the movie because he's so damn likable, but
yeah.
he's like such a like
Okay.
sleazebag opportunist like capitalist
Yeah.
moneymaker
So
guy.
He's a
an absolute
definition of a yuppie, of those like type of generation Y people.
Like Gen X.
Yeah. Gen X, yeah, Gen X.
Yeah, like a bad
the
Gen
yuppies.
Xer.
They call them yuppies, yeah.
Yeah, he's also, I want to point out, there's a couple things in this movie that makes him like a fucking psycho. The first time we see him, he is like on the video screen, but he's like so weirdly close to the camera.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, no, bring the camera in closer. I want it directly. that's what we got.
Exactly like that. He
Just-
has his cronies send a video to the shop owner, and then like the video is just like full up on his face, just like you're doing now, Kevin.
Welcome to my government.
Yeah. Hello, you need to sell me this building.
But then he like laughs by himself.
Yeah.
I have a lot of exits.
There's a part in the video where he's just like, it's like, who the fuck are you laughing at? This is a pre-recorded video. You're not actually talking to him.
Because he thinks he's cool.
Also, there's a bit like towards the middle of the movie where this kind of like threw us for a loop because we were like, there's a part where you see his desk, and on his desk is like a picture of someone, and I was like, what the fuck is that a picture of? And then Tyler was just like, maybe it's just like his like wife on a horse.
It
And
looked
then
like a lady on a horse.
And I saw that, and I was like, I have no reason why
That's what
not
they
to
did. They
believe
just got a
that.
whole bunch of stock photos.
Yeah, and then
you just put them around.
yeah,
put 'em
yeah.
around the
That's what I
board.
thought. It's just generic photo, right?
And then it turns out to be like maybe a picture of him, but definitely a picture of a child, kind of dressed up like a clown, having a bad time on a horse.
He's just like a cowboy. He's
Oh, a
like
cowboy,
It like
okay.
zooms in on his desk to show like the electric gremlin on the phone. But you see the photo right next to it, and it's just this sad, blonde-haired, like 12-year-old boy
He's so upset.
on a horse dressed as a cowboy. Even the horse looks upset.
Yeah, he's
in
like,
the photo. He's like, oh, jeez.
And we never talk about
maybe
why.
that's a kid of him
Very
that's a picture of him as a child, and this is what started it all.
His hate.
Probably. That's the point where he
Is it,
decided,
like-
I want to be a millionaire.
That's where he lost and became a sociopath.
That's probably it. I would believe it from the looks of this photo.
Now,
It's
you know,
very
it'd
upsetting.
be really fun if there's a mime in that picture, and that's why the like gaggle of mimes is let out of the police car.
He's got the
because
police on payroll, and
Yeah.
he's like, round up every mime in the city. Get him out of
any
here.
mime you see just in the car.
Yeah, there's
in the car.
There's a great scene where it does nothing to do with anything,
Yep.
but Billy,
Just an establishing shot.
Billy gets arrested and gets into the police station.
Mhm.
But then, like the next shot, it opens with the police opening up their truck, the back of one of their trucks, and out come like maybe 10 to 15 mimes,
Yeah.
and they're all miming their way out of the truck.
We never explain why.
One's got like a
That's
big
what I think
goofy
about New-
cartoon flower,
Yeah.
like gives it to a cop. Yeah.
and the cop's disdainful of it.
Yeah, he's like,
get away
yeah,
from
yeah,
me,
yeah,
mime.
fine. He takes it.
Maybe that's because that's what we all think about New York, right? Is just infested with mines.
I mean,
There's
as
crazy shit everywhere. There's a bat gremlin flying around and nobody gives a shit. They're like, it's another day in
No
New
one did.
York.
It's just
The
what it
Black
is.
Gremlin was like pinpointed the only man in the whole entire street that knew what a gremlin was. Goes, I'm gonna fuck his life
Yeah,
up.
yeah. It finds
It just
this
knew,
one
and
guy.
everyone was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Someone was writing. Then it's like, oh, this will be a great cartoon, and that's when Gargoyles was made.
Yeah, there you go.
If this is what spawned the cartoon Gargoyles,
Just fitting.
I would lose my mind.
He turns into a gargoyle at
does,
the end.
it?
He freezes in place on top
the
of a
prequel.
You know
big
what? We need to
Gothic church.
rewatch that whole scene. If you see someone looking down at a pen and paper, that's it.
That's him.
That's the guy.
That's the
he made
man.
it. He made it.
That's the man's that made gargoyles.
That's the man right there.
I mean, as the resident East Coaster here, I feel like I can vouch for that to be absolute true.
Right.
I remember seeing several gremlins when I was a child
Saw
running
a
around
lot
the
of
streets of New
gremlins.
York and New Jersey.
They're
It was-
everywhere down there. Huh?
it is what it is, you know? They just kind of run around. You just got to let them play out.
I feel like they're all like now in Staten Island though.
Yeah, they're a little bougie now. They're a little up.
bougie.
But
They make oh Gremlin SoundCloud. I just imagine there's like SoundCloud rappers as Gremlins.
Lil Pump Gremlin.
Lil Lin.
This movie's got Lil Pump Gremlin.
Lil Pump Gremlin, Young Lin.
Lil Yachty Gremlin.
like a Sprite soda.
Gremlin gang, Gremlin
Gang.
gang.
Imagine Gremlins on auto-tune. Oh, like Gremlins, and you just have auto-tune.
An auto-tuned Gremlin sounds like audio heaven to me. I love that. I want it.
Guys, I think we found a new passion is making
Gremlin
rap
edits.
songs as Gremlins.
We are gonna produce an entire factory warehouse full of
We should.
Gremlin puppets
We can be like
for
the
our new
We
movie.
can be the Yono in what's his name?
Nintendo.
Yono
Mhm.
Nintendo.
Also, that's a
Gremlins.
channel you guys should check out too. Yo No Nintendo's putting out some quality content.
Yeah, he's great.
But no, I'm saying like physically we manufacture puppets
Yes.
for use later.
Yeah, let's get to work. We gotta make this happen.
We
'Cause
got a
I ain't
lot of-
doing no CG Gremlins except the one.
I want the
See,
one.
What I want in my life is to get whatever they put for their arm, because it's all I think it's a glove. Someone put
Yeah.
gloves on
Mhm.
to do the. I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want to go like.
Me too.
Just like on things. I want to go
I
to my
agree.
cats, be like.
I want
love
one of the animatronic ones that you hold and they
Yeah.
start freaking out. Like I want like the goofy one where like Phoebe Cates is like carrying him off. He's just losing his mind. He's like
Yeah. He's just tweaking out. I
just
love
tweaking
it.
hard. I want that one just on a table forever. Just like bang. It's like just pissed off.
But I agree with you, Kevin. There's a lot of scenes where like the special effects you can tell is like they got a fake arm on the guy holding the gremlin,
Yeah.
and then the gremlin is actually like controlled by his arm inside the puppet, and it works really well.
I noticed one time and only one time where you can see Gizmo's arm puppet guy, where they angled him a little too much to the left, and you can kind of see like the little like hand part where the little motion is. I think it's like towards the beginning, but I was like, oh hey, there it
I
is.
did not notice that.
It's a real fun. We also noticed the new gremlin in this viewing,
Huh?
the cowboy gremlin.
Yeah, this is something.
There's a cowboy.
There's a
gremlin?
cowboy
We were talking
gremlin.
about the cowboy boy like
Yeah.
earlier. Maybe he saw the photo.
Represent.
I have watched this movie so many. Yeah, he's a Texan gremlin.
Texan
A
gremlin.
Texman.
You may go to hell, but I'll go to Texas
I'll
as
go-
a gremlin.
Yeah.
As a gremlin.
But yeah, I never noticed. I've seen this movie so many times.
Yeah.
Like I watched it so much as a kid and growing up. But like I've never noticed that there's a scene where all the animals that are apparently in some place in the building. I
Yeah.
assume the lab.
We
for
never
the
talk about
testing.
what they're used for.
No, they're there. It's at this point we've seen all kinds of cartoons.
Perfumes. They're just making perfumes.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
they're doing.
Perfumes. I need to know about these germs. I need to make perfumes.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of animals running down this hallway. There's like a camel. There's like dogs, but there's
There's two
also
dogs. There's twin
two
dogs.
And they start attacking each other for a split second and then run off screen, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But then like there's a little like pony that runs down the hall. And on it, never noticed before,
Yeah.
there's a gremlin
In a
with
cowboy.
a cowboy hat. He's like in a Woody getup. and
Yeah.
stuff. He's got a vest and the chaps and everything, and he's like, yeah. Oh, and it's so
Because
great.
it's like off in the dark a little bit. So
Yeah.
this was the first time I noticed it too. I was just like, oh, yo, whoa.
It doesn't make noise or anything.
No, it's just there. He's just riding.
If they would have added like a little gremlin laugh that kind of trails off as he goes up the screen, that would have sailed it home a bit.
Ooh, I like that idea too. Silent gremlin.
Ooh,
One gremlin that doesn't make
Ooh.
a
a
peep.
mute gremlin.
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
Sneaky gremlin, a ninja gremlin.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it'll be really funny if they'll just be like, oh, and then and this and like this, the brain gremlin's like, and then the invisible gremlin, and then you just hear something knocks over to his like the other side and just turns like the invisible gremlin.
There he is. Yeah.
It's like was that a Deadpool joke or it's like the invisible guy is like, I don't know if you're here or not, but you're in. I like it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I actually really love
It's
the
just the
idea.
camera just pans
I know.
over and then nothing happens. He's just like he's right here.
You know, it'd be funny. If it
He's
was
like,
just
you're
like,
in. He's like, oh, he's gonna be late. It's like, oh, okay.
where it's like it pans over, nothing happens, but then it's like I don't believe he's there, and then it the camera like hard crash pans
Yeah.
to the side where he like threw a glass. It's like, all right, yeah, he's there.
Yeah,
he's there.
you have a soft spot for the
Yeah.
glass throws, which I appreciate as well.
I never understood why, but watching this again, I was like, Gremlins 2 is the reason why I think people throwing glasses at walls is like the funniest shit in the
They do
world.
it a lot.
They
yeah.
do it all the time. They take like a little like coffee cup or not like a mug, like a whole like jug of coffee and throw it at a man. Coffee. They love throwing shit at people. I love it because it's always like they'll do like a warning shot sometimes where they'll like throw it like against like next to their head.
Just like let them know, like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I don't know why, but I think that's so funny. It's just glass breaking against someone's
Yeah, it's great.
It's like, oh,
Because
fine,
it's so
fine.
violent. Because you know how hard you gotta
I can
throw a
imagine
glass
like
bottle
a
at
TV
something.
set and then a whole bunch of gremlins like mesmerized by the TV set, and it's like Gallagher smashing like melons, and they're just like, this is amazing. And
Yeah.
they're just like eyes wide. They're not even saying anything. It's like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. They're just
Dude, Gremlins in Vegas.
Dude, okay.
That's where it's got to be.
That's something we talked. I think me and Kevin talked about this actually.
Yeah.
Like that.
we did.
I heard something. Like I was listening to something they were talking about Gremlins, but apparently like one of the scrapped ideas for this Gremlins sequel was it was gonna be in Vegas.
Yeah.
And,
Fuck
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And I remember us talk like that would be so great, right?
So much opportunity.
And even like there's so much goofy shit that could go on there, but
you can
also
have Gremlin showgirls. You could do like someone like a casino ripoff, like someone looks like not Danny DeVito, like Casino type or Goodfellas,
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
have like bats or something.
bring the mobster
I-
Gremlin from 2 back.
I would love a Cirque du Soleil
Oh,
Gremlin scene.
yeah. They have like a big
And they
like,
have, you know what they have,
pyramid.
but like what they
Yeah.
do, they have like those like titty twirlers, except they put them like in random spots on them because they don't understand. So they have it on their ears or on their nose.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, it's got to be in Vegas.
yeah, that would be great.
We get
Has
the
to be in
rights.
Vegas. It has to
It's a
be.
city of chaos and sin, so
Mhm.
it'd be great.
But we bring Tom Jones in.
Boom. Just like that.
Call back to Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks. Tom Jones.
yeah, Tom Jones making his reprised role.
We get Tom Jones.
You loved him in
He's
Mars
still alive,
Attacks,
right?
so now he's in Gremlins
Gremlins
3.
Let's put.
I'm looking up. I want to see if he's still alive.
I want to make Gremlins 3, but we're going to call it Gremlins 3D, but it's not in 3D at all.
Like Jaws 3 style.
Yeah.
And then like it like opens up and you just see like 3Ds and you hear like, there you go.
There you go.
And then like knock them over and then
3, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
D's nuts. Ha, ha, ha. That's the whole movie, and it's just a blank
Oh,
screen for an
that's
hour. I would absolutely
I would love that,
that. It's just Gremlins D's
Sorry, I
nuts.
was putting the playlist back on.
yeah.
but
Oh, Tom
Revenge.
Jones passed away in 2016.
No.
he did.
All right, we'll see, GM.
It's not unusual to be loved.
To
by
be
anyone.
loved by anyone.
We'll just get Alfonso Ribeiro.
Ooh.
Alfonso Ribeiro. Carlton. From the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I would love to see him.
Second best.
You could throw him in there.
He's doing nothing.
Get him off America's Funniest Home Videos for a little bit. Get him on to
Yeah,
Gremlins 3.
I'd love to see.
I did not know that was still a thing.
It's still a thing, and Alfonso Ribeiro is hosting it. They have a YouTube channel. It's thriving.
I want to watch. I want to see more of Alfonso Ribeiro.
Do you know what's
Me
also thriving on YouTube?
Mm.
All those videos that they showcase on that channel.
Yeah, that's true. You'd think that's why you think they cancel it after a while,
Yeah,
but you know,
like, once YouTube came along, it's kind of like, well,
kind of pointless.
yeah.
But people are just like, just love them clips.
I would love it if they continued it as a Gremlins hosted television
Oh,
show.
I would love that. Oh, we were saying earlier there should have been like.
Was there a Gremlins TV show?
That's what we were
Should
saying.
have
Like,
been.
we wish that there would have been like a Gremlins like Saturday morning cartoon.
Because that was like the
Mm-hmm.
kids. That was like the thing. Like in that late '80s, early '90s, was like you got a hit movie like Beetlejuice.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah,
made one movie. It had like a 2-season run cartoon.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard it was pretty good too.
Yeah, I enjoy. I remember watching it.
I owned the playing cards like when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of like marketing material for Gremlins. Like
Mhm.
I was looking at the Gremlins tags not too long ago, and like there's coloring books for Gremlins too. There's lunch boxes, T-shirts. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of shit.
And it's like the one franchise that they get to do absolutely terrible shit,
Yeah.
but they're still like, oh, they're Gremlins, they're cute.
yeah, they're fine.
Just let 'em go.
Wow, they're just fun.
They're in like the
They
new
kill
Hotel
people, but
Transylvania.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
It's cool. It's
I
whatever.
legitimately want to watch those
Oh.
now that I know the Gremlins are
Wait.
in that.
Yeah.
So okay, Gremlins is owned by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
DC is owned by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
I know how to fix the DC universe, guys.
Put Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Batman has to stop all these
Gremlins and the new
Gremlins.
Batman. Imagine Brad Pitt sitting in the car driving, and you just hear like Gremlins going. Batman.
Brad Pitt's the new Batman.
Yeah. It's been years.
And also
And you can
Gremlins
just see
are
in his face that he hates it. He's not even playing Batman. He's just Ben Affleck in a suit with puppets around him.
No, I
and he's
love,
like,
like, okay.
I'm stuck in a contract.
The first pill is hard enough to swallow. Okay. First off, new Batman.
Yep.
Brad Pitt.
It's
Just
Brad Pitt.
Getting that out. there.
Sorry,
used
no.
to it.
I was thinking about the Invisible Man from Deadpool.
No, fuck
right.
it. Let's do Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
They did it in the 90s.
No, Brad
Let's do
Pitt.
it again.
Brad Pitt's Batman now. Just
Mhm.
accept that.
That's just is
But
what it
also
I
is.
meant
check
Ben
this
Affleck.
out.
My bad.
Gremlins are in it.
Yeah.
Gremlins are in Batman.
So
now.
not only that.
We don't give a fuck anymore. We're
Yeah.
going all out with it, bitches.
You said you wouldn't see that?
I-
Yeah, you're gonna see it,
absolutely.
loser.
Gremlins, yeah. Go fucking see it. See what it's like. You know you're gonna.
You can't tell me that's not a bad idea,
Try
but you
not
don't
to
want to
see
see
it.
what the fuck's gonna happen with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
How is that gonna pan
Another
out?
filming the new
batshit
Joker
crazy.
movie right
Batshit
now, Joaquin Phoenix. But imagine a Joker movie played by the Brain Gremlin.
Batman.
Joker Gremlin.
Good to see you here, Batman.
Oh, my good fellow Batman.
Oh!
Batman.
I want a GCU. I want a Gremlin cinematic universe.
I mean, they're in Lego Dimensions,
Yeah.
which could lead to them
GCU.
being in Batman.
That's true.
It all links.
It's already linked because in
Yeah.
Gremlins 2, the Bat Gremlin like flies through the wall and it makes a
Mhm.
Batman
They did.
logo.
They know what it is.
the perfect bat symbol.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
it's
like that.
perfect. Which also, speaking of which, like
You know what we could do? We could cut into like in Gremlins 2, this little kid seeing the bat just terrified, and it's Bruce Wayne.
And it's,
that's it.
I can't let this happen again. And that's why he's training that hard. He's like banging on fucking tires and like pulling
Yeah.
chains in a basement.
Just thinking about fucking up those Gremlins.
I can't let this happen.
I want to see Batman getting
It's like,
crowded
do
by
you
Gremlins.
bleed
Just beating
green?
the shit out of them.
Bob. It's like that classic
No, you
scene
guys
where he's
missed-
like kneeling in front of his
you missed a
dead
great
parents.
line I
and
just said.
gremlins.
No, you missed I said like, do you bleed green?
Batman, the only way we can beat them is the light.
They do got a green oozy blood.
Yeah, there's.
But on the dark night, it's like, but we need the light. But I hide in the dark.
It ruins my whole thing.
No.
Yeah.
These are like,
I
killed
realize
by
this will
light.
make my
It's like,
job much easier, but I can't.
oh, wait, here's the thing. Like he realized that they like the shadows, and he goes, and he's like, he relates to them.
Oh, he becomes friends.
And-
He makes them the
becomes
new
friends with
Robins. It's the We
It's a
Are
little
Robins, just the
Robin.
gremlins.
Yeah, I love that. I want a Gremlin just as Robin.
It's just like the Damien aesthetic. It's like, or it was like dynamic. It's like, listen, we can't kill people. Gremlin number 5. Gremlin, get in the cave.
Alfred, I told you not to feed them.
Oh.
And he goes like, Mr. Bruce,
They asked so nicely, Master Bruce.
they bit my leg.
and the Brain Gremlin is his friend. They bit my leg and it hurt.
Oh, you can have Alfred talking to the Brain Gremlin, and they're just having this like thoughtful conversation.
Master Bruce, a gremlin bit me on the hand and it hurt real bad.
That's too bad.
I need a band-aid.
He's like crying a little bit.
a band-aid.
That's too weird.
The gremlins finally pushed him over the edge. He's crazy now.
Batman picks him up in his arms and carries him to bed
Yeah.
and tucks him in. It's okay, Alfred. I won't let this happen to you
Oh,
again.
What a visual.
There's just a lot of
You know
possibilities.
what's sad? We didn't get Gremlins, and whatever the guy's was, I forgot. He goes like Bert. I forgot his name.
Oh,
He was
Ernest?
like made the, Ernie or something like that.
Ernest goes scared stupid or whatever.
Ernest and Gremlins. That's a movie you
We're
missed
going to
out
have
in
to
the
get rid of
90s.
these gremlins.
I've never seen an Ernest movie, but that's funny
Oh my
you say because
God.
I was thinking Ace Ventura would fit in perfectly with the Gremlins.
I don't know. Okay, since you haven't seen an Ernest movie, you watch an Ernest movie, especially Ernest, the one, the Halloween
Ernest
one,
Scared
because it's
Stupid?
so
Yeah.
it's up there with Gremlins.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's
Like,
absolutely
it's such like a
ridiculous.
I want
cartoon.
to watch it now. Okay. We should
That's the
watch
next one that us three should do is Ernest Goes to Hell.
Isn't there one where you like? There's one where you like. It's Ernest does Christmas or whatever, and then he finds like the real Santa Claus
it. Whoa.
at like an airport or something like that. It's very strange.
Sweet, dude.
But that guy, small fact, plays Slinky in the Toy Story
That's
movies
right.
up until the very last one where he died,
Oh.
and is played by Sean Hunter's dad from Boy Meets World.
Oh, well, how about that? A little trivia for you.
Bet y'all didn't
This
know about
Gremlins cast.
about 48 minutes in that you went a little something about
Gremlin
Toy
cast,
Story.
G-cast.
G-cast.
The
Gremlins cast. Coming at you.
Gremlin cast. I wish we could do a Gremlin cast for 50 years.
I would,
It's the
too.
longest running podcast.
To be honest, I feel like we could keep on talking about Gremlins.
I could
for
talk about
every
Gremlins all the
week.
time.
We've literally talked about one scene in the movie, and
Yeah.
then just talked about how much we love Gremlins.
We literally
We haven't got to like my second favorite character, which was like Billy's boss, who's like the most New York person ever.
my
It's like,
God.
I'm busy all the time.
Yeah,
Don't
the
you see? I
redhead.
got a cigarette.
I can't take it no
I like you,
more."
Billy. You're innovative.
yeah, and as soon as
She's
as
always
soon
like
as,
talking.
as soon as like Billy gets like any like kind of glimpse at success with
Yeah.
Mr. Clamp,
She-
like comes up to his desk, says hi and stuff. He's like, "Hey, that's great."
Yeah.
She goes to, like
It's
tries to
like-
get with
It's like,
him.
yo, I'm down now. I get it.
Together.
She literally
because,
comes back with like glasses
Hold on,
off,
I just
hair
made
down.
one picture.
I literally made one picture of what
and
maybe
you
I want
fucked it
to
up
do.
with those trees. She was also in 16 Candles
right.
with the camera guy.
Yeah, we saw that. It was very exciting. A little 16 Candles reunion in this movie in the weirdest of ways.
They weren't in this. Never had a scene together, so that was kind of sad.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was in 16 Candles until like it was brought up. I was like, oh yeah, that does make sense.
And he
I
wasn't
do
a
remember seeing
racial
her.
stereotype.
Well, she
in
was
this.
blonde though.
He was just a normal guy.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't think he. Yeah, he didn't have a hard accent or
Yeah,
anything.
no, he was just a
He was
chill
just this
dude with
guy
camera.
excited about filming.
Yeah, I'm down with that. At first, I saw him with the camera, and I was like, oh god,
Here
we go. Yeah.
Yo.
But then they turned into a regular person. Like, okay, all right, this is fine.
He's just very eccentric about camera.
If anything, he needed more lines.
Yeah.
True.
I don't think 16 Candles is okay by any regards, and that the fact that anyone likes that movie concerns me.
Oh.
There's some date rape in it.
There's date
There's
rape.
some
There's racism.
Oh yeah, yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of-
There's like
a lot of racism.
child nudity and distributing of child porn.
Yeah.
There's there's so much fucked up shit
They
in that
buy
movie.
like panties off of a girl, don't they?
Yes.
From Molly Ringwald. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
well, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, she gives it to the nerd because it's like
yeah,
he
you're right.
something or I don't fucking know. Another weird thing that's not offensive, but it's just kind of dumb. They give a name in the movie, but in the credits he's called the nerd, which I don't
Sweet.
understand. Like he has
funny.
a name. You call him by his
Credit
name.
the director and producers just bullying him.
Yeah, it's the nerd.
the nerd.
It's like that's why I hired you, you little nerd.
yeah.
Little fucko. Also, the Cusacks are in that movie, and no one ever talks about that either.
really?
Both of John and Joan
Yeah,
Cusack are in that movie.
Well, guys, this isn't a 16 Candles cast. This is a Gremlins cast, okay?
I just
want to
say
on topic.
just one more thing about 16 Candles.
This
There's
is your,
literally
this is your
Billy-
last warning.
Billy was
There's
at
a
fault.
last 16
Billy
candles.
was-
There's literally a part where the guy's just like, go ahead and rape my drunk girlfriend. I don't care anymore. I've got what I wanted.
You don't get any of this shit in
The-
Gremlins.
You don't get any of that in Gremlins. Gremlins pure.
Hey, okay, let's talk about Billy.
Billy.
Billy was at the wrong. Like
Billy's in the
she
wrong.
kissed him on the cheek, and he was just like, just didn't thought to talk about it. No, he was totally at the wrong.
Didn't have
end of that.
time. Yeah, didn't have time to bring it up with all the Gremlins nonsense. Things are moving very fast.
He's just a Gremlins apologist.
It is.
Everything in Gremlins
It's
is
like,
fine.
You know, like she kissed, like we had sex, but you know, I heard. Look, it's Mogwai.
Oh, but Billy, did you have sex with that lady? Oh shit! What is that?
What?
Look at that over there.
Gremlin? That would be a funny subplot to the movie. That he's just the whole time.
Instead of like, and like he makes it worse, is like sex, and he pours water on Mogwai. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh no! Yeah, he's actually
Oh,
trying
look
to
at the
keep
time. I gotta make it to this dinner.
He should be worried about the situation, but really, this is like the luckiest thing that's
Yeah.
happened to him, so he can avoid talking about cheating on his.
I get a miss work.
They're about to like actually
Yeah.
kill all the gremlins off, and then Phoebe gets like, "Finally, we can finally take care of this, so we
Now
can
I've
talk
got
about what
some
we have
questions
to."
for you.
And then he's like, "Oh no!" Water hose over like all the gremlins in that scene. Fucking destroys the sun.
No, but Billy's okay. As soon as she like goes and like starts giving him the fuck me eyes and stuff,
And the fuck me foot.
puts his foot in his lap.
Sexual
She's
assault.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I got a Phoebe Cates to get to.
Billy got
Mhm.
sexually assaulted.
Yeah. Straight
yeah,
up.
straight up like sexual harassment. in the
Mhm.
work. She's like his boss or something.
Yeah.
Like just takes
But
advantage.
kudos for having a woman to do that.
It's true.
I guess.
Gremlins 2 ahead of its time.
Hey, listen. Women are sexually assaulting people in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah,
I
again.
Guys get
Cut
it.
into the cut back to the female gremlin, where literally every time she walks by, she goes, "Hi." It's-
There's a lot of weird sex stuff with the female gremlin
Oh,
too.
she's horny, dude.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that.
no,
Don't say that.
She was helping that guy's leg.
A lot of Rule 34 of her too. Rest assured.
No, stop
Don't
even
worry.
telling people about that. Don't even mention it. Don't even
Was it in
let
the
people
bathroom?
know.
And then next to the mirrors.
Oh my god. You guys have your own Rule 34 cast.
Yeah.
You talk about
Here's
your
the thing.
girls.
He consented to that bathroom things because he had those eyes go like, let's do this.
He
Yeah.
was trapped in there, sure, but
Yeah.
like he's like, oh well.
Okay,
Well, what are you gonna do?
Here's a little plot hole. They did a whole number on the first floor, but somehow the elevators were broken, and she was able to go so far up and trap a man in the bathroom
She
so fast.
She did her number, and then she's like, all right, I'm done with this shit. I got a man to get to.
Mhm. And
I
the
gotta
lone
to
gr-
go fuck.
It makes some gremlin babies the right way.
I'm trying to get gremlins laid. You know what I'm saying?
I am in so much pain right now.
You just put gremlins in front of verbs. I'm about to go gremlin
Wait,
walk down the street.
What if? Hey, hang with me, because obviously gremlins are asexual because they reproduce by water. So what if this is actually the form that's more female, and the form that we presume as female is actually their male? It's more dominant because she kind of ruled the room. She was kind of the dominant male.
Oh, yeah.
If you
She was
think
the
about
alpha.
it.
Other than Mohawk, which
So
yeah.
Mohawk.
so I'm just saying a theory. It's just showing how ahead of time Gremlins 2 is.
It's true.
We kind of have this like good relationship between two males.
A truly progressive film.
Yeah. Really,
Gotta say.
really.
Truly
A
progressive.
gem.
Yeah.
A gem.
You have
Diamond in the
redheads,
rough.
very dominant redhead females
Yep.
running a room.
Sexual
You
harassment.
have
She takes what she wants, including male sexual
she takes
harassment.
what she wants,
Very true.
Empowered.
even towards her own boss.
yeah, that's
Oh,
makes
yeah,
us a weird
yeah.
thing
Her own
too.
boss.
Yeah, Mr. Clamp comes up. He's like, "Hey, you work for me," and she turns around and she gives him the fuck
And
me
goes,
eye.
She
Yeah,
says,
I
"Yes, I
do."
do."
Yes,
Hard.
I do. Hard. Yeah.
Ew, you're fired. Absolutely
And
not.
he's like, "All right, we fuck now."
we park now, and that's just how. And he hands her a gun, and
And he goes like, I have some like two friends are in the bathroom on like the 57th floor that we could get to right now.
yeah, there's. That's how it ends.
Get in on that action.
I don't want to think about gremlin sex. I don't want it. I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't
Should we
want
tell
it.
him the
I'm, no-
story
I'm
about
scared,
when I
but I'm
watched
so
Gremlins
curious
2?
if there's like a porn parody of Gremlins.
Oh, there has to be,
I'm too
right?
scared.
Somewhere.
I'm too scared to search it, but I have to know.
I could describe a picture I saw. I'm not gonna.
No. Like someone recreate their own film.
I would love that. I would watch it. I'd be here for it.
I'm here for it.
Any and all
I'm here
Gremlins,
for it.
any and all Gremlins related media.
I mean, yeah.
I'm here for it.
It's the last Gremlin movie we got. We weren't even born yet.
It's true. 1990.
It's time to bring it back. 18
Bring
years.
Back. I'm serious. I really do. I'm scared to see it because I know like it could so easily go wrong, where like they'll just CGI. Are we still working here? Okay. Yeah. You
Yeah,
froze
I'm
for a
still here.
second. Okay. Cool. But it could go so wrong so easily, like the Thing prequel and how
Yeah.
bad that went. And there's such a time gap that makes me nervous, and I
Yeah.
don't want it to like disparage the first two movies, which are classics.
And that's why we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we should do it, and we'll get it right.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Unless
All
Joe Dante
puppetry.
does it, maybe then there'd be some hope, and they just
That's
give him
true.
full creative control like they did with this one. They said, "Do anything you fucking want."
Yeah. Get nutty.
Yeah. What were you saying, Kevin?
That's one thing we haven't talked about. Gremlins 2 is the same director of Gremlins 1, so this was his vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fully
what he
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. This is. They tried to get it for
This is
years.
what he
and
wanted.
Joe Dante was like, "I want to do other movies. You know, I got other projects.
I got
my
Looney
eyes
Tunes
on."
back in action to do.
It's yeah. Well, that
Later
was way
on.
late. Way late.
But
That
he's-
doesn't make any sense.
He's
what you
plotting
said.
it out.
Yeah, but
Fuck
We should
you,
talk about
thought.
that movie another
Leave me
time.
alone.
But yeah, so they're trying to get him to do it, and he's like, "Oh, it's too much time has passed too. Like it's too late to do a Gremlins like 2."
Yeah.
But then they're like, "All right, cards on the table. Last deal. you can do whatever the fuck you want. Full creative control on this
Yeah.
movie.
You
do
get the
whatever you
gun.
want, man. Just make
Yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
make it happen.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, okay, here I go.
And they take it right away. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, you're a maniac.
yeah.
No one should accept a deal like that.
A vegetable gremlin, Hulk Hogan breaking the fourth wall. Are you fucking high, Dante?
Sally
Show
showed me
Dante?
that video where it's like of Jordan Peele like just being the what is it called?
It was a skit on Key and Peele.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
What?
He was like the sequel doctor.
Yeah,
sequel doctor,
he's
yeah.
like the guy that they hire in the 80s and 90s to do sequels for movies, and
Yeah.
it was their vision of what the Gremlins 2 writing room looked like, and it's great. And I'm just so happy that there's a popular skit, or popular comedians that are acknowledging Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a long time this movie was like, when it came out, it
Mm.
wasn't well received, and like it kind of didn't have like a following or anything because it was so drastically different from the first one
Yeah.
that people were kind of like looking down on it for a long time. But like now it's
Mhm.
gaining like the cult following it deserves, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm there for it.
Yeah,
I'm there for it all day,
I love
honestly.
it so much.
'Cause it's such a they're
Okay,
fun
if you
movies.
if you guys hear of a master pancake in Alamo for Gremlins 2, I will drive down
Oh, let's do
just
it.
to be there with you guys.
Gremlins 1
Gremlins
or
2.
2, absolutely.
But two more so.
Yeah, any of those. Because I don't know about DJ, but I know Tyler hasn't been to a master pancake.
I haven't been to one either. But it
Yeah, what is
depends.
this?
Okay.
Kevin, take it away.
Oh, what'd you ask?
Hmm?
What's a master pancake or what is
Oh, okay. So Master Pancake is a thing that Alamo Draft House does, where it's basically where they watch movies and they have like 4 comedians make fun of it.
Oh, like riff tracks. Okay.
And- Yeah.
Cool.
But it's like very like Alamo based, and they like do random movies. Like they did The Notebook, that was really funny. They did Back to the Future, which was kind of funny. They did Point Break, which was phenomenal.
Oh, nice.
Because every time Gary Busey, they always go, you've been Busey'd, and that's been stuck in my head for the longest time. Especially the
Sweet.
scene in Point Break where he's talking to the other FBI directives, and they're in this pool, and he jumps in the pool instead of diving. He just does this weird backflip, and that's when they started going, "You've been Busey'd."
I haven't seen Point Break. I only watched Gremlins 2 and 1. I
On
haven't,
repeat. That's
haven't
all I know.
I haven't seen any other movie.
I've only seen 2 films in my life: it's Gremlins
My
and
only
Gremlins 2.
frame of reference for what a movie is Gremlins 1 and 2.
That's all I care about. Honestly, I don't need to know
And all-
anymore.
Yeah.
And all the movie
That's all I need.
references they made in those
Yeah.
movies.
All
Never
of those are
seen
very
those.
confusing
I
to me.
assume they're movies, but I would not know for sure since I have not seen them.
I don't know what a movie is besides these things, so
Yeah.
it really could be up in the air.
Gremlins 1 and 2. I seriously geek out over Gremlins. I love
It's
I
very
love these
fun.
movies.
It's a very unique franchise.
Yeah. I got a Gremlins cardigan. I got the Gremlins soundtrack on vinyl.
You're
made
gremmed
by
out.
Do you have a Gremlins
Mondo.
tattoo?
Yeah.
I've not got a Gremlins tattoo yet. It's in the works.
I'm gonna get one for you.
I'm surprised.
won't.
You should.
I will.
do it then.
I know you should do it on your arm, but it'll be also really funny if you get a tramp stamp of it.
a Gremlins tramp stamp.
Yes.
I'll think
Gremlins
about
have
it.
been there, and it's like that
Okay,
little crayon
which
font they
gremlin
use.
would you put as a tramp stamp?
Wait, what?
Which gremlin would you choose to be your tramp?
Well, I feel like
tramp
if you
stamp?
get a tramp stamp, you want it to be sexy, so you got to get the sexy girl gremlin, right?
Nah,
I'll-
brain gremlin
no,
all
no,
day,
no, no,
dude.
no. You had
does it say
the
tramp?
vegetable gremlin, definitely.
The what?
The vegetable gremlin.
Oh, the vegetable gremlin. And then it's like little vines, like for the little tribal pattern. Yeah. I also love how the vegetable gremlin just burps throughout the movie.
It's
From
like,
then
"Oh,
on, he's just like,
That's all he does is burp. So that's what vegetables, kids. They make you burp.
Yep,
"Eat
that's
and you burp."
just think about it. This is how it is. But I mean, as
All right. So you guys want to do ratings?
yeah, what are we giving? Oh, 10. 10.
Yeah,
10,
10 out of 10.
100%.
I love this movie. I love the first one as well. They're both 10 out of 10 movies for me. It's
So this one's a 20 out of 20 for me.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
100%.
both of ours. I'm gonna give my. That's actually a 35 out of 35 for me.
I'm gonna give it a.
it's gonna be affinity over affinity.
I actually have a Googleplex times itself, so fuck you. Out of all the numbers in the world, and my dad. So
Oh, it's a fuck you over a fuck
it's
you.
over fuck you over fuck you.
I gave it my dad and my brother out of 2.
Out of 2.
I gave. Know what? I'm gonna beat all you guys. I gave it a Freddy Freaker.
I gave it 5 Freddy freaking fingers.
I gave it 1-900-490 freak.
Goodbye, everybody.